What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Eli, and today we are talking about E3. Yes, E3 just got wrapped up. Sony's conference just ended about 10 minutes ago, and I decided I was going to record my reactions or my favorite things from the conference. Because my God, oh man, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what. The conference was amazing overall, but there were some great things shown, great things announced. So I wanted to go over real quick some of my favorite things from Sony's E3 press conference. And I want to start off by saying that I was afraid this conference wasn't going to be all that. Microsoft came out earlier today and they knocked it out of the park. It was a great conference. I was like, how is Sony going to live up to Microsoft's E3 press conference? Because they announced the Xbox Slim, the Xbox Scorpio, which we didn't have a date yet, but that we know it exists. And we knew PS4 Neo wasn't going to be there. So I was afraid that Sony wasn't going to live up to expectations, but oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, was I wrong. So I wanted to talk real quick some of my favorite things from this conference, and we're going to hop right into it. So number one, and it was the thing they actually opened with. So they had this live orchestra there, and it was awesome. They performed, and they opened with new God of War, and it was gameplay. Oh my fucking God, ladies and gentlemen. So it starts off in a little cinematic, and you get this boy outside, and he's doing whatever. You've seen it now. I don't need to explain it to you, but we see new Kratos, because it's not God of War 4. This is like a reboot of what the God of War series has been. So we see a new Kratos, new voice actor, and immediately they go into the world, and I'm like blown away by how gorgeous this game looks. And so immediately I'm excited, because the problem people had with God of War, I like the God of War games on PS2, but the problem people had with God of War on PS2 was like, and PS3 for God of War 3. And Ascension, people didn't really like Kratos as a character. He didn't really have any depth. He was just yelling and Athena and all this other stuff. But the reason I immediately like this one, obviously very tonally different. This is Nordic mythology. And so we're not used to this. It's a different setting, different character. Still Kratos, but a different kind of Kratos. So they go into the woods and they're hunting this deer or this elk, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm not a hunter. But it starts off like that in this very gorgeous scenery. But as they go along, you see monsters, and you start to see Kratos, fighting these new characters, or characters in this new setting and with the new style, and he does this cool, like, Thor throws his axe and like brings it back to his hand. So that was awesome. Seeing gameplay from the new God of War and what Sony Santa Monica has been working on for the last couple years or so was great. There was awesome set pieces, action set pieces like we're used to in the God of War franchise. So that was awesome in itself. And then after that, we get a Days Gone trailer, and this is Sony Ben's new game. So if you don't know, Sony Ben worked on the Uncharted Golden Abyss game on PS Vita, and then they worked on something else that I can't remember. They worked on something else. But this was their first like AAA game that we have been waiting for, and we finally got a trailer for it, and we do get gameplay at the end, which was fucking awesome. It's a post-apocalyptic world, where you're fighting zombies and you're trying to survive and all that other stuff. But because this was Sony Ben, I was even more excited to see exactly what it was. So that was cool in itself. And then we saw new Horizon Zero Dawn gameplay. This game looks fucking fan. Every time I see this game, I'm like blown away by it. But I think seeing it this time, we know, I don't think we have a set release date for it, but now I'm just like, all right, I'm good. I don't need to see anything else about this game. Just give it to me. Alloy looks awesome. The gameplay looks awesome. The world looks awesome. And the combat looks fluid and everything. And if you love third-person action games, if you love RPGs and exploring a world, I think this game will deliver on that. This is Guerrilla Cambridge's new game. So if you like Guerrilla and they're a very talented studio, but I think they're able to flex their muscles with a new IP like Horizon Zero Dawn. So that gets me excited as well. And then before I get to my other thing, The fourth thing I was personally excited about, this whole conference was great, but the fourth thing I was excited about was Hideo Kojima came on stage and announced his new game, Death Stranding, and he's working with Norman Reedus. So you know Norman Reedus was working with him in PT, but when it was scrapped, you know, people were like, oh, are they still going to work on something together? Is this going to be a thing? Are they gonna have a relationship in gaming, Kojima and Norman Reedus? And the answer is yes. So we got an awesome, like very I don't want to say dark trailer, but I don't know. It was a man and he was having a child and he was buck ass naked, and very, very interesting, very Kojima like, where it has a tone and it's very different than a lot of other games we see. But actually, Hideo Kojima went on record saying like it's very similar to like Uncharted and other games we're used to playing. So that gets me excited as well. And then after he announced that, after Kojima came on stage, we got an Insomniac game, which is an exclusive, I repeat, exclusive SpiderMan game for PS4. I was like, holy shit. That is fucking awesome. So Insomniac, if you're gonna have a studio that's working on an open world game that's fun and fluid, you couldn't have anybody better than Insomniac. Now the rumor was that Sucker Punch was going to be working on this game, but I'm glad that it wasn't Sucker Punch, because I'd rather see them personally work on something else. But either way, the fact that we're getting an exclusive Spider-Man game on PS4 is fucking incredible. And then it was earlier in the conference, but the thing I'm most excited about that we got concrete details was PSVR. It's going to release October 13th, 2016, and it'll be $399 US. Sean Layden came on stage and announced that. So I think this is the price range that gets people excited. I don't know if I'll be buying PSVR day one, but he did come out and say that there were 50 games going to be playable on PSVR. And then they had a whole trailer reel. They showed Farpoint, which was a PSVR exclusive game, Battlefront, X-Wing Mission, Batman Arkham VR, Final Fantasy trailer, which was very meh personally. But to me, ladies and gentlemen, just to recap, God of War gameplay. Sony event came out, they announced Days Gone. Horizon gameplay, we got Hideo Kojima announcing his new title, Death Stranding, and Insomniac releases a fucking Spider-Man game. And then my personal favorite was PSVR, releasing October 13th, 2016. But ladies and gentlemen, this conference was absolutely amazing. Now I want to say, Microsoft also had a great conference, but I think because this conference was so well done, it sort of overshadowed, which actually says a lot, because I still think Microsoft's conference was absolutely fantastic. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about Sony's E3 press conference? Leave your comments in the comments section below. Tell me what you're looking forward to the most. Tell me what shocked you the most. There was obviously some Crash stuff. A lot of people were excited for that. But ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Eli Mosley, and that was my rundown of Sony's E3 press conference. Maybe I'll have some gameplay of stuff in the future, but subscribe to the channel, and like the video if you like it, dislike it if you disliked it, and tell me what you agree and disagreed with. But ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Eli, and that has been Sony's E3 press conference.